What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the new Bandito Resale YouTube channel. Today is going to be the launch of our channel and the launch of 25 Days of Deals, where I post 25 videos in 25 days to show you some things on eBay that you may not expect that can sell for good money. So today is day number one. We are going to start off strong here with the category of salt and pepper shakers. Something that's pretty easy to find at a lot of thrift stores, but you may not necessarily know what to look for. So hopefully these 10 items give you some ideas of what you can look for when you're at the thrift store. So let's go ahead and jump into our first one here, and that is these vintage Siamese cat salt and pepper shakers from Japan. As you can see in the description here, there is a small chip on the female's cat paw, so despite the fact that there is some slight damage, and you can kind of see it there on her foot, despite the fact there's some damage, this set sold for $561.21 on an auction. Obviously, this was a very in-demand set of salt and pepper shakers, and the craziest part is normally for a situation like that, you would see a brand in the description, but these didn't specify that. So just Siamese cat and salt and pepper shakers from Japan, probably going to do pretty well for you. All right, hopping into the next one, since it is the holiday season, are these vintage adorable Christmas Japan stacking snowman salt and pepper shakers from the brand Napco. I will go ahead and go through the pictures here. But what you will eventually be able to tell when I get down to this photo is that the pepper shaker is the body and the salt shaker is the head. So from the image, it kind of looks like it's only one of the set, but it's actually both of them. One just sits on top of the other, hence the word stacking. All right, so this next one is going to be a set of salt and pepper shakers, and it's a vintage lot of 5 different sets of Santa Claus salt and pepper shakers, Santa Pez, and Santa Face. And just to give you an idea of what they look like here, as we do a zoom in on the photo, you can tell they're definitely older. And as you saw, it said Santa Pez. That got thrown into the lot with the salt and pepper shakers. And I assume this Santa Face probably isn't a salt and pepper shaker either. So a little bit of a mismatch set, but since we are near the holiday season and people love this vintage stuff, this sold for $402.08. Again, on an auction with $7.20 in shipping. So another good thing to look out for right now, just vintage Santa salt and pepper shakers. If you can make a lot of them, you can probably make some pretty good money. All right, this next one may be my favorite of the entire set, and my wife is in the room while I'm recording this, and I want to see if she laughs when she hears me say it out loud. But this is an HTF vintage from 1987. This salt and pepper shaker is the second annual Salt and Pepper Convention salt and pepper shaker. And I don't know if you guys can hear her laughing in the background. To me, it looks like a hand holding a golf ball, and one is the salt and one is the pepper. To be 100% honest with you, I'm not sure which each of these items are. It's probably, now that I'm thinking about it and saying that out loud, I'm going to leave this in. It's probably a ball of salt, like actual raw salt. And then the hand is for the pepper. It's a very weird salt and pepper shaker, but because of that, 57 bids, it sold for $319. Next one is one that some of you who've been selling for a while may know to look for, and that is anything made by Dansk and is specifically stuff that is teak wood. So this is a vintage Dansk salt and pepper shaker. It's a pair of them made in Denmark out of teak wood. Best offer was accepted. They were listed at $175. I did see a couple solds in the $150 range, so since we can't see what the best offer was, I would assume it's somewhere in that $150 range, but these are very basic looking. If you're just walking around a thrift store and see a couple wooden salt and pepper shakers that kind of look like they have a mushroom top, worth picking them up and taking a look on the bottom to see if there's any maker's marks. And I will show you the picture here. It'll say Dance Designs Ltd on it, and you will know that you probably have found some money. All right, so the next one is a brand that, again, a lot of resellers know to look for, and that is Anchor Hocking Fire King. These are their vintage tulip salt and pepper shakers. This set says very clean and very good condition, and as you can tell, they do look pretty good. It looks like there may be a little bit of aging on the top, but all of the graphics are still there and everything like that. This set sold for $160. All right, the next one's going to look familiar to those of you who are into the art world, and really it should look familiar to everyone because these are the American Gothic Knotters in Salt and Pepper Shaker. It says it's a convention shaker set and looks exactly like the farmer and his wife in that American Gothic painting. I personally find these to be terrifying because it looks like his head is going to fall off at any minute, but I'm assuming there's a reason for that. But this set sold for $155. Next one is going to bring some of you back to your childhood, especially if you're a millennial like I am, and that is this King Babar elephant cookie jar and salt and pepper shakers from 1997. So obviously this isn't just the salt and pepper shakers, it's the salt and pepper shakers and the King Babar cookie jar, but that set sold for $165. Now, as a Chiefs fan, this next one's not my favorite, but for those of you in Wisconsin, you may enjoy it, and that is this Cheesehead Knotters Green Bay Packers salt and pepper shakers. As you can see, the salt and pepper shakers themselves are a man and a woman cheesehead, and they stick down into that Go Pack Go football. They're very weirdly shaped, and to me, it would have made way more sense if this set was cheese knives, but apparently they're salt and pepper shakers. So, don't know who had that idea, but they did, and they sold for $135. And the last one we're going to look at today is this vintage Hall China wild poppy and wheat handled salt and pepper, sugar, and flour shakers. Set of four sold for $120. And honestly, in Hall China, that wild poppy design is quite popular. It's something to be on the lookout for in all of their different dishware. All right, so that is all I have for now. Go ahead and check back tomorrow, and we will jump into the next subject and see what we can find.